Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having us here.
This is a privilege to ask you a few questions about connection of art and heart, for sure. So I would say that the first question as a UNESCO artist for peace, my name is Gila Clara Jesus, and I'm trying to defend the importance of art as a social vehicle, art as therapy, in order for people to understand that art also could be useful for today's society, and how meditation is a form of art. So my first question would be, what would be your definition of art?
Ah, it's very difficult to define, but I would say to make the unexpressible expressible through visual graphics. For example, I'd like to share with you a vision I had once, long time back, almost 20 years back. When we talk philosophically, that in the words of Babuji, that animal man becomes human, or human becomes humane. And this humane quality is now advancing to become a divine or angelic. How can you express this with visual graphics in the art form? Someone is in love and is dancing away with songs that expresses the inner state, which otherwise would be difficult to put it on paper. So art to me is a way to express your deepest feelings, which cannot be otherwise expressed in words. How do you represent the evolution of animal man to humane to divine? It's very difficult. Can you imagine any visual graphics? But if you see the form of Ganesha, elephant god, as they say in India, walking in the rain with umbrella and dancing away, it's a visual graphics. Through this visual representation, elephant represents animal life, and he is walking on two legs, dancing away in the rain. That human, we can understand now he's walking like a human. His qualities are becoming like his. But how do you express the divine state, a blissful state, joyful state? Only a dancing elephant can be shown. And in the words of Babuji again, this journey does not end with joyful state or blissful state. There is much beyond. That cannot be expressed. So we have succeeded in representing certain things. Other things we have to assume. Because nothing can be, since words fail, to some extent art would be able to help us. But after a certain state, it's very difficult. So it's a very thought-provoking questions, and asking me to define art, I would say, in simple way, to represent unexpressible in an expressible form.
So it's a way to connect the intangible to the tangible. Can art help to connect with the power of oneself and the power of the others? Can art could be a tool for medication?
Well, for an artist, art can become a creative thing and centering oneself. So, some people who are very happy, they get so much absorbed in playing tennis or badminton or football, they go with the flow. Similar thing happens when you're a flutist or a violinist or an artist. You are also going with the flow. And meditation is also a kind of a flow, but that is going within. You're going inward. Expression in the art is always to represent things outward. So these are two different directions. I can go inward to express something outward to a certain extent. Art through representation on a canvas or on a wall in the form of paintings, for example, can be can also be the powerful tool, but it cannot match the state of meditation because the directions are different. We are connected at the deepest level. If we join each other's hands, which is external, and make a big circle, we are connected through hands, not through heart. Meditation is something that takes you in, purifies the heart, and connects the hearts of individuals. This is my understanding so far.
If art is a way to translate something intangible, something sacred, something divine, would you say that the art of the heart could go through meditation?
Well, heart can help us express to a certain extent the, the beauty of divinity. How can you express the moment of creation, for example? You know, in physics, they talk about Big Bang theory, that there was a, they believe that there was a singularity, and from this singularity, there was a burst of energy, and that energy was so powerful, and it ended up creating physical objects throughout the universe. How can one represent this moment on paper? Because creation is a continuous process, it's a dynamic process. Art, once you have done something, once you have finished your artwork, it becomes static. So we have limitations also when it comes to art. In that case, we have to create multiple, like a movie, the continuous depiction of the unfolding of that creation. To me, well, art can be utilized for many things. Art should be unconditioned. For example, if I had to describe the beauty, how can I describe the beauty on paper? Maybe in certain way I would describe it. How would mother describe the beauty on paper? It will be different from mine. How would people, person like yourself, describe the beauty on paper. And somebody else, they will all attribute the beauty based on their background, their conditioning. There are so many of us here, almost 800 individuals. I look at people, or we look at each other, screening, filtering everyone. First thing that strikes our mind, this is a woman, this is a man. I may forget the name of a person, but I can say I met a man or a woman. Next, if I'm sharp enough, I can describe the dress. Some people who have a great interest in watches, for example, their eyes will not miss out what sort of watch you are wearing or the kind of jewelry you are wearing. And the cobbler, the shoemaker, or the shoe salesperson will look at your shoes. And he will also be able to judge a kind of a person you are just by looking at the shoes. We are in the business of reading the hearts. So with closed eyes, we look at the hearts. Because heart, it's a problem in French, art and heart. So the heart can be felt only when you close your eyes. Art can perceive things only when we close our eyes. Art, you have to do with open eyes. But whatsoever we do, art always gives the right signal. And this signaling from the heart should be protected. If I don't have the unbiased mind or the heart, it will always be tainted. My feelings, my perception will always be wrong. Purer the heart, it will give us the best signals of how to represent something as it is.
With sincerity and authenticity. You are yourself such a creative person. We are all amazed by the power you may have to have us go deeper in the understanding of ourselves, but also on our modern world. Would you consider yourself an artist?
Human being as such, it's a multifaceted personalities. We all are multifaceted. And when we include the heart, the aspect of creativity is infinite. You can be, you can write a lovely book, you can paint, you can play music, you can sit quietly and listen to music like nobody else can. Or you can sit just silently for days together without being disturbed, without asking for anything else. You can sit under the tree and keep looking at the stars, gazing at night. This is all the aspects of your individuality. But I like to go beyond all this individuality because individuality is also a kind of ego. It limits ourselves. Art, artist, flutist, violinists. These are limited professions, limited arts. When we become an individual without any persona, without any masks and go deeper in our hearts, many things come out in the form of creativity. So if I would say that I'm an artist, it will not be an honest truth. But in with the traditional definition, artist is the one who expresses something on a paper or on a canvas or through music. I can do none of that. Yet I do feel inside that I am an artist also from inside, but not only the artist. There is multifaceted thing that God has given to us. We are all infinitum. There is no limit to our creativity. So in that sense, artists, it's a beautiful thing. It represents creativity. But just to create one thing, it limits us. Van Gogh, or all those great personalities, or great musicians, they are also limited. Opening the heart creates infinity in front of us. That is the role of meditation.
And to finish, what could be an advice you could give to all of us, to young generation, to release this creativity, this way to allow ourselves to be multifaceted, going even beyond art?
Going beyond us, the question would be, where will you go? What is beyond myself? What is beyond my heart? What is beyond my mind? The Creator. I'm just a drop of water. You know, imagine you are on the seaside, on the beach. One water sprinkles out, though you are 20 feet away from the ocean, and that water drop falls on your palm, and you're so happy with it. Oh, there's a water drop from the ocean. What must be going through if the water droplet has the consciousness that I am separated from my mother, the ocean? Unfortunately, this water droplet does not cry. We are also droplets separated from the ocean of consciousness. We are also not aware that we are separate, but we do feel pain of separation. And this pain is such that no one can fulfill it unless and until this drop falls back once again in the ocean. This life force once again merges with the ultimate. And this possibility does exist for one and all. Solve this problem in such a way that all other problems in life can disappear. Otherwise, you will keep struggling, trying to solve one problem after the other problem. But if we can solve the main problem, then no problems can ever bother us. Try to identify what is the major problem. Second thing I like to share is that all individuals, without an exception, be it human being or a bird or an animal or even plant, they all seek happiness. No one seeks unhappiness. No one seeks misery. We all want to become happy. Can you remain happy under restless conditions where there is violence? You don't know what's going to happen next. You can't be. Though you have everything, because of this unpredictability, you will not have happiness. That means absence of restlessness. That means having harmony within and outside. Can you be harmonious inside without having peace in your heart? Is peace possible without contemplative mind? Is contemplative mind possible without having a focused mind? And is this focused mind possible without exercising your brain, your mind? And the only exercise to arrive at focused mind is meditation. Now you can connect the dots. Those who really wants to become happy in a true sense, there is no other choice but to meditate. Meditate on things you love. It need not be just God. Express yourself through art. Make art your meditation and refer to the heart all the time. Center your focus in the heart and let the creativity flow outward. So this is my take on all this. Thank you, Jill.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
those very inspirational reflections.
Thank you.